does it. In public, hated or love it. The underdog with liquor swabs. It was written in my diary to start a war. I'm feeling infamous, immortal with my technique. A revolutionary shining with diamond teeth. Young Don Cartagena, excuse my demeanor. This the glamour life, you still not a player, you ain't half as nice. I'm born again, life after death. I made the sacrifice, I'm super duper fly. Used to keep them hypnotized. I said my name is Juice, America's most. Ain't no half stepping, see you at the crossroads.
Money on my hairstyle. Here lies them getting paid for. Never take a loss on my hairstyle. Only take a when I did. I be gang 3 times on my hairstyle. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on a hairstyle. Too late, he already lived. It was written in the children's story. Their life's a so what you want? Every day I struggle with it. Only God could tell me slipping. I'm infinitely big through the genesis. That presidents drop a gem on them. On earth, these the last days. Throw your get money. Quiet storm. Have the stars. For the cream, renegade. For the money, only green is the I'm a player on the late night till. So these see the prototype. Fingertips. What's that? I smell. Let me count my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, run. Hi, my name is Dirk Cobain. Like a here I go to the next episode. Ain't no damn this explosive Beast Coast. Yeah. The mother ride or die for money, strictly for money. Survival of the fittest. That's the sound of the police. I'm in deep cover earth. Skirt, lean back. Give me one more chance. They say Jesus walks and the devil wear Prada, but I'm so deaf. God can't tell me nothing. Right this on my death certificate. I gave you power. 21 questions like who? The warning. Watch them flashing like paparazzi. 2 words. Get money. Tonight's the night. Guess who's back on my block? Rather unique, but. NY, top of New York, with a pitchfork.
The thicker the pie, thicker the bag. Meet them a buying, at least in no beamer. I'm Brian O'Connor, driving it fast. They were just hating cause they in the way, and I'm way up and made it. The is mad. Men in them baggins, I'm all in my bag. Well, I ain't holding around. Just a little Merlin, out the cutie. Now I don't give a. Tell me why I would on the rose bar couch in my bag. Bands in my denim. In my denim, she was trying to for a doubt. She don't give a. She was in her bag, Fendi and some lane. Asked for a burger, watch in the front seat of the fouled out J. We living so wild like Nas. When she was on vacation, we was on roll like tires. When we gon' laugh, I'm in my bag like I'm in my.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the StubHub Center, 20 miles south of downtown L.A. Tonight, it's the final morsel in our Thanksgiving feast, and we've got a good one in store between the Oakland Raiders and the Los Angeles Chargers. Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On second down, here's Carr. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. The first carry for DeAndre Washington. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. Now Carr throwing on second down. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A Raider first down as Carr finds Cooper.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
Carr now to throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Melvin Ingram in there to get him, and that's sack number 18 for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Throwing now is Carr. Roberts with it over the middle. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on the field?
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And this is recovered by the Chargers. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at the 45. Rivers now after the fumble recovery. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. Touchdown, LA! Travis Benjamin with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. Sturgis for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Raiders. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Carr again here on 2nd and 10. And his throw here is incomplete. We documented it last week. They played so well defensively. 4 interceptions. Tried to get their hands on another one there.
And when you've had 4 the previous week, you are just itching for more the very next week. And there was a great opportunity. It went by the wayside. But let's not underscore what's going on with this defensive unit. They are around the ball every time it's being put in the air.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Returning, it's Benjamin. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers getting set to go. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of a couple there as it'll leave him with a 2nd and just 3.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Completes it to Benjamin. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
A first red zone opportunity here for the Chargers. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. From the red zone now, Rivers. That is caught at the 7-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. They'll try to throw here. Rivers. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So on 3rd and goal, Gordon. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Sturgis adds the PAT, and that'll make the score 14-0. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So on the big tight end, Holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without Holding.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They've got it 1st and 10 inside their own 20-yard line. Shotgun now for Carr. Over the middle, complete. It's Roberts. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. And Cook has it, left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Raiders first down. Carr hooking up with Cook.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Carr now on first down. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr, and he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Melvin Ingram in there for the sack, and he's closing in on that all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. That is caught at the 7-yard line. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal. Now Chandler Catanzaro for the field goal here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. From the gun, Rivers. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry. And now it's second down.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes, even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
Second down, Rivers. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46.
Ready, 380.
A first down throw here for Rivers. Going deep for Benjamin. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Working out of the gun, Rivers. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Man open left side, it's Williams. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A gain of 6 there on first. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. Back to the ground now with Gordon. And he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. Sturgis for the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
93.
To throw on second down. Carr looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Carr going to try and throw on third down. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Oakland. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now this is fielded in the end zone. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. And the Chargers coming out on the field now. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And he'll be taken down at the 18. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Rivers now on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep, middle, and got his man complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Rivers now from the 50. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad, not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
Rivers now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Rivers now to throw on 1st down. And this is complete. It's Allen. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Sturgis adds the PAT, and a rout is on here in this first half. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So out come the Raiders. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Carr gives to Richard. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So there you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Now Austin Eckler on the return. Oh, eluding the tackle. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Gordon. He finds an opening past the 40. A big play there by Gordon. Give him 53 yards on the ground. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. They give to Benjamin on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. He's got his man. It's Williams. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Throwing, Rivers. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, 3rd down here.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Delta!
Now Rivers. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Eddie Vanderdoes with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And their lead will swell up to 28. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Carr now hitting on 2/3 of his passes. 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Now a carry for Blount. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. The Raiders on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 14. Now Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cook. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Richard on the toss. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Melvin Ingram in there for the 20th time this year as he continues what could be a record-setting season. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Get down.
From the gun, it's Carr. And this is going to be incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Set, round 80. Behind.
The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
But that certainly felt like an example of the defense just saying, okay, we've had enough. We've gotten mashed all night long. About time we got a good play in. But flip it over to the offensive side. They've got to be really upset that they allowed a play like that to happen. They were pitching such a great game, they want to keep it going.
Rivers from the gun on third down. He's got a man. It's Williams. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. Rivers now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen. And that'll set them back 5. The full start backs them up 5. 1st and 15.
Hey, go orange. Orange. Sit. Delta.
Rivers now. High throw, but the catch is made. They get a good chunk of that penalty yardage back. A gain of 15. 2nd down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Here we go.
Now Rivers going to give to Gordon on the draw. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Rivers on 1st down. And to the right side here, it's Allen. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Cliff Averill. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Ready, 380.
Now they'll pitch it out. This is Gordon. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year. And this Chargers offense continues to pour it on. Sturgis for the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. The return man here, Dwayne Harris. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And brought in by the tight end, Cohen. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Get down.
Shotgun now for Carr. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The result, a 1st down as a quick slant gets him 14. Carr now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Hey. 4 down.
Now a handoff to Richard. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Get set. You wide, 8.
Right back to him on 1st down. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. That is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A really nice gain of 25 yards. One receiver to the left is Cooper. Now Carr. And it's caught. Roberts has it for a Raider touchdown. Seth Roberts, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and that will shave 1 more off this lead. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
4 down. Set.
Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. And right side, Henry's got it. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Buffalo wall. Ready. 380. 12.
On 3rd down, Rivers. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Rivers to Benjamin, good for the Charger 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Set. 380.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey. Light. Cluster. Check. 89.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Set. 180.
Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
Set. 380.
They'll try to throw here. Rivers. Benjamin's got it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top runs. And right now, you're seeing a guy that's probably using his top runs to great advantage in this game.
He is in a zone. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Well, as always, partner, an extreme